up, everybody? This your boy DJ Mixmaster, and welcome back to Soul Calibur 3. So, last video we ended up doing the Tale of Souls of Taki, and so we're gonna move on to our next soul, and we're gonna go ahead and select one of the newest members of the cast, that being Zoslamel. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Zoslamel was born a member of a tribe that protected the spirit sword, but he broke the commandments of the tribe and was exiled. He learned the secret arts of reincarnation and now lives an eternal life. Over time, however, he lost any sense of joy in life and came to desire a peaceful death. The spirit sword had reappeared and sealed Soul Edge. Zoslamel theorized that when their two powers reached their peak, he might be able to achieve his own death. To revive the cursed sword, he deliberately acted to warp Siegfried's mind and sent Nightmare out to devour powerful souls. And now he sets his sights on a new sacrifice, the daughter of Cervantes, who bore deep hatred towards Soul Edge. Zoslamel began to take action. The time to complete his plan was at hand. Alright, so part 1. It was said that even with full knowledge of her ancestry, the woman sought to destroy Soul Edge. Zoslamel followed her trail and learned that she had obtained a certain book. That book was one he had written himself in the past. It contained the rules and legends of his tribe and everything there was to know about the two swords. That knowledge must not be allowed into the world. He had to erase the mistakes of his past.
She seeks the sword that may be her only salvation.
Very well. This should be interesting.
Well, aren't we cheeky? This'll be fun.
Versus Ivy. Fight!
Time to pay off!
Woo! All right.
You win.
This was a complete waste of time.
After taking the book from the woman, he set it aflame in his hand. During their battle, he had felt an extraordinarily strong hatred toward the cursed sword from her. It would likely be sufficient to make Siegfried suffer. Zoslamel gave the woman information to lead her to Siegfried and then put her mansion behind him. Now that his plan to obtain the two swords had entered its final stage, he needed to nip any potential obstacles in the bud. He had to avoid any last-minute interference. Alright. So, since we ended up destroying possibly the only source of knowledge that could screw up his plans, we're going to eliminate any physical threats. Soul Edge had been destroyed once before, albeit not completely. If, by some chance, someone existed with the power to completely destroy it, all of Zoslamel's plans would go up in smoke. Zoslamel traveled to an arena where strong fighters gathered. Most of the warriors were not worthy of concern, but there was one who caught his eye. When he learned that this person was seeking Soul Edge, he moved without hesitation to eliminate the man.
His anger is the anger of the earth. His will is the will of me.
I shall take you on with my full strength.
Let's see what you've got. Versus Rock. Fight.
Are you ready? Die!
Whew!
You win.
This was a complete waste of time.
Felt his mind begin to tremble. The part of his mind that desired death was aching. He had experienced this in each of his recent lives. No matter how many times he repeated it, the impending suffering of death terrified him. In order to clear his troubled thoughts and focus his mind, he headed to the clock tower that he used whenever he needed to think deeply.
A pathetic soul who wishes to find peace in death. How laughable. Yes. See? You can still find. Very well. I shall ask you only once.
Versus Zasalamel. Fight. You win.
Disappear. This was already decided.
Zasalamel brushed away his weakness and further hardened his resolve. It was true that death was a difficult experience, but repeating it endlessly was far worse. Now that he had conquered his own mind, he had no more doubt. He put the clock tower behind him and set out to continue his plan. This would surely be the last time he would visit this place. Alright, so we can either work on eliminating elements that have the potential to threaten the plan, or to hurry the revival of the cursed sword and try to complete the plan as soon as possible. We're gonna go ahead and hurry the revival. He could think of two ways to hurry the revival of the cursed sword. One was to collect additional souls to feed the sword, adding to the ones Nightmare was gathering. The other was more indirect, to eliminate obstacles in Nightmare's path, and see that his activities proceeded smoothly. So we can either kill those that are in Nightmare's way, or to go somewhat join him to hunt for souls. Well, we're gonna go hunt for souls as well. Zasalamel hunted, seeking to harvest powerful souls. It seemed that there were many with excellent souls amongst the people who had traveled the world in search of Soul Edge. One day he noticed that one of the people he had his eye on had not returned from an island in the Mediterranean Sea. The tomb of a man who had sought Soul Edge during his lifetime was on that island. All who went there had been killed by the guardian of the tomb. Allowing further sacrifices to be lost would not be a good idea. Zasalamel headed to the tomb in order to eliminate the guardian.
Fate conspired to arrange their battle.
Passion for the unknown. Absurd.
I have no interest in speaking with the dead.
Versus Fate. Fight.
Goodbye. Futile effort. difference between us.
All right, let's settle this.
Versus Thief. Fight.
Playtime. Futile effort.
Knockout. You win.
This was a complete waste of time.
Versus Voldo. Fight.
Playtime. Futile effort.
You win.
This was a complete waste of time.
Zoslima felt like he was being watched. We're gonna go ahead and stop. Prepare to defend yourself.
Two heroes finally meet under the star of destiny.
Let's finish this quickly.
Versus Will-o'-the-Wisp. Fight.
Do you now understand the difference between us?
Zoslima defeated the Guardian and decided that his soul was sufficient to feed to the sword. It had been an unexpected catch. He continued searching from land to land, looking for others who might prove to be obstacles to his plan. Upon hearing rumors of a black giant rampaging in Persia, Zoslima entered the desert. He sensed a faint evil energy in the area. It was probably connected with this incident.
Damn, I messed up. Versus Astaroth. Fight.
Goodbye.
Woo! Alright!
You win. It must have been a struggle for you, having such mediocre strength.
Zoslima recovered a fragment of soul edge from inside the giant's body. It would be foolish to allow evil energy to be wasted in such a way. He headed further east. The great Eastern Empire of Ming had been searching for soul edge for many years now. They probably weren't close to finding it, but they must have collected some kind of information, and it was possible that information was a threat to him.
She has found the true meaning of strength.
Hopefully you'll manage to walk away from this.
Are you ready for this?
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
How about this? It's over!
Woo!
You win.
This was a complete waste of time.
Zoslamel defeated the guards and began searching for the information that Ming had gathered. He succeeded in finding what he sought and left that place before the commotion spread. Zoslamel studied the information and discovered a report about a particular warrior. This man was publicly declaring that he would destroy Soul Edge. Just who was this man? Normally such a claim would be laughable, but something about it bothered him. Either ignore it, or it could be a threat and search for him. Well, we're gonna search for the man in question. No matter how small, anything that might threaten the plan should be eliminated. Zoslamel pursued the man in question, but when he arrived, he learned that the man had been holed up inside the ruins of a giant labyrinth for some time. In order to remove this potential obstacle, he stepped into the labyrinth without hesitation. He didn't know if it was from the labyrinth itself or from the person inside, but the presence permeating the inside was not that of any ordinary human being. Perhaps this man really did possess great power.
Her broken heart, embraced by the wings of darkness, emits a piercing.
You shall have a taste of my curse.
I can't wait to see you in pieces!
Versus Tira. Fight!
Here we go!
Futile effort. You win!
This was a complete waste of time.
The girl who had attacked him had been a servant of the cursed sword. It was possible that Zoslamel's opponent had realized his plans. If he let the girl go, it could spell trouble later. Zoslamel dispatched her quickly. He continued through the labyrinth, but no matter how far he went, he felt no sign of its end. He began to feel he might even be going in circles. So, we're gonna head further in. As he proceeded further in, the air grew heavier. For a while now, he had been feeling that there was someone following him, but the atmosphere of the labyrinth prevented him from sensing any details. Being followed was slightly annoying. Zoslamel stopped in his tracks to eliminate the bothersome pursuer.
The Almighty Ones have granted you a sword to cut your own path.
It's time for your punishment.
I shall vanquish the evils of the ages.
Versus Unknown Soul.
So Huang. Ah, no! My perfect run!
I promise, you will not be forgotten.
Oh man, we were so close.
I shall take everything away from you.
You really want to do this?
Versus Unknown Soul. Fight!
This was a complete waste of time.
Ah, man. Ah. Zoslomel's opponent fell before his blows. He didn't know what this man's goal had been, nor did he care. He resumed moving through the labyrinth. Just how deep did this labyrinth go? He was no longer even certain whether he was proceeding toward the center. Still, there was nothing to do now but to keep moving forward. I almost had the run. Damn. In the end, he failed to defeat the man and was forced to retreat from the labyrinth. Zoslomel acted quickly to complete his plan before anyone could interfere. He eventually cornered the sword-bearer, Siegfried, in the cathedral in a remote location. Zoslomel stepped through the doors, preparing for the final act. Suddenly, he sensed Nightmare's presence and murmured to himself, "Your role is now over."
I'm impressed that you made it this far. Not bad at all. My dream is about to be realized. You, however, are not worthy of witnessing this glorious moment. Leave this place at once.
Versus Siegfried. Fight! You're not going anywhere.
Woo!
You win.
Finally, everything will come to an end. What I have yearned for all these years is about to come true. What is this? You have no choice. Surrender to me. Do not make me waste my time.
Versus Abyss. Fight!
Futile effort.
Ring out.
Yes! Oh my god!
Stay there for an eternity. Oh, at last my wish will be fulfilled. This curse will finally be lifted. Now, grant me eternal rest. Why can't I die? Damn it. It's all over. Everything. So, I have no choice. I must continue this meaningless existence.
Alright, y'all. And that was Zoslomel's Tale of Soul. And with that, I believe it's a good place to take a break. Next video, we will move on to the next soul. So, like and comment on the video. Subscribe for more gameplay. And with that, see ya. Peace.